Welcome back to Coach Quant. Today we're going to look at a coin pair problem out of Jane Street. You have four fair coins in front of you. You flip all four coins and observe their outcomes. You can then choose to turn over any two coins at a time, but you cannot turn just one coin without turning another. You can repeat turning over pairs of coins as many times as you want. The goal of the game is to get the most amount of heads. And so assuming you play optimally, what is the expected number of heads you will have? So let's write down the situation. We have four coins, and each of them have been flipped. So we don't know whether they're heads or tails or not, but there's four possibilities. Situation one, we have one head and three tails. We can also have two heads and two tails, three heads and one tail, and finally four heads. And so if we were to flip these coins over two at a time, what is the maximum possible number of heads we could get? Well, let's take a look at each one of these situations and see what we can get out of them. So if we started situation four, we already have four heads, which means we don't need to do any coin flips. We already have the maximum possible number of heads we can get. At situation three, we have three heads and one tail. And so what we'd like to do is flip the tail into a head, but we can only flip two coins at a time. So even if we choose to flip over tails, we'll also have to choose to flip over another one of the heads, and that head will go to tail. And so for this reason, there's no possible coin flips that we can do in situation three to increase the number of heads from three to four. So the maximum number of heads we get in situation three is just three. In situation two, it's very simple. We can just choose to flip over the two tails into heads. So we can get four total heads. And in situation one, we can choose two of the three tails to flip to heads. And then our situation turns into the same situation as situation three, where we have three heads and one tail. And as we know, there's nothing we can do from there. The maximum number of heads is three in that situation. And so, since each of these four situations are equally likely, they each have a 25% chance of occurring. The expected value is simply equal to the average of all of our possible outcomes. And this is equal to 3.5. So our final answer is that the expected number of heads that we'll have is 3.5. Just as a reminder, you can go to CoachQuant.com to check out all of these questions, take a look at their hints and their solutions. As you can see, the correct answer was 3.5 or 7 over 2, which is exactly what we got. And you can take a look at many, many more Jane Street questions, many, many more questions from many other firms that have been asked in the past. Thank you so much for watching.